Hey guys, today I am sowing some seeds for my spring and summer garden. Just gone into August here in subtropical Queensland, and I want to get a jump start on my spring garden before the humidity of summer hits us. I want to get a decent harvest out, because once that happens you pretty much can't grow anything here. It's way too hot. You can see that I've got some seedlings growing here already. These were sprouted about 4 weeks ago. I've got 2 Sweet Millions tomato plants there, and I've sowed 12 corn seeds about 4 weeks ago, and only 1 sprouted. I think it was because we had a cold snap a few days after I planted them, so they didn't germinate. Only 1 germinated, so we're going to retry those now that it's warmed up and we're past the cold days. I've got some eggplant here. I've got some celery here. Celery takes ages to germinate and grow. I'm going to leave those for a while. I've got plenty of celery growing in the garden, so not in a rush for those. And yeah, a few empty cells that we're going to fill up today. You can see I've got 2 cucumbers here, which I need to get into the ground. These are some new seeds that I'm trying this year from Active Vista, which is this company here. So these are hybrid seeds, and we've got the variety Craig and Gorpin. So the reason I went with these seeds this year is because these particular ones are apparently self-pollinating. The reason I need self-pollinating seeds is because I need to plant these in my raised garden bed over there, which is covered, to keep the possums out, because I've grown cucumbers for the last 2 years and the possums just demolish them. I like to grow a lot of cucumbers because I like to make green juice, and the base ingredients for my green juice is celery and cucumber. So I need to get these in the ground and growing straight away now that it's starting to warm up, because I went to the markets this morning to get my cucumbers and it's $13.50 a kilo for cucumbers, which is crazy. They're organic ones, of course. I want to get these started, and I'm going to grow some more. These 2 are going to go in pots over there in the sunny position, and I'm going to plant some more seeds today, get probably another 6 to 8 plants going, and they'll go into the raised bed so that I can have a decent supply of cucumbers this year. So I also got these seeds from a nursery the other day. So this one's a mini rock melon, Minnesota midget. It's a space-saving bush type. I haven't grown rock melon before, and I'm super keen to get some nice rock melons this year. These look like little baby ones, so they'll be good for my small garden. So we'll see how they go. And I've also got the watermelon tiny tot. This is apparently a delicious, sweet, very productive watermelon. So yeah, I have no idea where I'm gonna put that in my garden, but we'll see. We'll find a spot somewhere for it. I did grow watermelon last year. I got 1 decent watermelon off the vine before the heat took the rest of them. I want to get those in early this year. I'm also going to do some more corn. I want a big harvest of corn this year, because last summer it just rained and rained and rained, so we got no corn last summer. The year before I got decent harvest of corn, and it was awesome. So I really want to get those started early, get a really good harvest before the rain and the heat and the pests come in summer. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna mix up some seed starting mix. I need to soak this core peat brick in some water first. So I've just added the core peat brick to this tub of water, and I'm just gonna let it soak for 10 to 15 minutes. The idea of using this is it's good for improving the soil structure. It improves your soil quality. It's a really good additive to your seed raising mix, and just bulks it up in a cheap and cost-effective way as well. You can see how much that has swelled up already. So that brick is pretty much broken down already. Just need to get some more moisture in here, because it's drying up that amount of water that I put in to begin with. I'll just break it down a bit more and then add some more water to it. This is my seed raising mix here. I just keep it in this plastic tub, have it ready on the go for whenever I need it. So what I've got in here is a mixture of mushroom compost, which I've sifted, and some worm castings, some perlite, and then I mix in the coconut core. So the 3 there already. And I'm just gonna add this into it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put all of this in here today. I'll put a fair bit. I don't want it to be too heavy with the peat. Just basically an extra filler, good for moisture retention. I'll just mix that around and see how it's looking. And I found that making your own seed raising mix, you get better seedlings. They germinate better and they grow a lot better because there's fertilizer and stuff in here from the worm castings, and the perlite draws in moisture as well to keep them moist so they don't dry out. I tried just using just a straight seed starting mix from the hardware store, but the seedlings didn't really germinate very well, and I had to plant them out quite early because they would just die otherwise. Okay, so that's looking good. Got a little bit of moisture coming out of that, which is what you want. You don't want it too wet or too dry. So that's probably the perfect amount. All right, let's fill up some of our containers. So I really like using these silicone seed starting trays. They last so long. They don't crack and break like the plastic ones, and they're just easy to work with. Quite easy to get the seedlings out of. I just squeeze them from the bottom. So I'm just pushing this seed starting mix right down, making it compact, and then just pat it down. Done. There's one ready. So I just got these ones from the hardware store. I think it was about $15 for 2 or maybe 4. Can't remember. They weren't cheap, but I mean, they're gonna last for ages, and I just don't like using plastic that much. Try to avoid it whenever I can. Okay. 2 ready. So they're all filled up now, ready to have some new seeds put in them. First thing I want to do is plant these corns. I think this is the same variety that I planted 4 weeks ago. I hope so, because we don't want them to cross-pollinate. That's what they look like out of the packet. I'm just going to plant 1 in each hole because I don't have many left. And I'm going to do 12 to start with. Okay, so that's corn done. I'm gonna label those straight away or I will forget. I found these jumbo pop sticks from the art store yesterday. So it was $2.50 for 18. And these are like really long, so I've got plenty of room to write on the label, and then the rest go into dirt, because I find these ones are a little bit short. And that way I can make sure the variety is written on there so I don't forget what I've planted, like this one. I don't like these plastic things because they just break. They're so brittle. This one is sweet corn terrific, so that's a hybrid, so I can't save these seeds. So I know exactly what they are now. I mean, that looks a bit ridiculous how big that is, but at least I know what variety it is. I want to do some more cucumbers. I'll do 6 to start with. These seeds were so expensive. This packet has got 20 seeds in it, and I think it cost $15. So these better be damn good cucumbers. And then you get this tiny little packet of seeds for $15. So I'm only putting 1 in each cell because I know they germinate. I only put 1 in each of those and they germinated. They've got a very good germination rate, and we don't want to lose any of these seeds. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. Very carefully put them back in the packet so we don't lose any. And that one is Craig. Cuke. F1. And then I'll do 3 of the Gorpin. So the Gorpin ones here, there's actually only 10 seeds in this packet, and I think they were about the same price. These better be good. These are tiny. So I'm only doing 1 in each cell. And that's all I have left. Not that many. And you can't save these seeds either because they're hybrids. You have to buy a new pack every time. If they're prolific, I'm happy to pay that much for decent cucumbers. Cover them over. I might add some California Wonder. I have grown these seeds before and they actually grew quite well. So these are a bell pepper, or a capsicum as we call it in Australia. Don't want too many of these because they're going to go in that back bed over there, and I'm going to plant tomatoes all along the back, so this is just for the front. And I've got eggplants here that need to go in there as well, so I might do 4. I'm just going to pop 2 seeds in each cell so we get a good germination rate. I don't have a lot of space in my garden. I've only really got the 3 raised beds there. Got a bunch of grow bags, but they've got potatoes in them at the moment. They won't be ready for another 3 months. So I really have to be careful with how much I'm planting. I would love to just go crazy and plant a ton of everything. So that one is California Wonder. Capsicums. So I'm going to do 2 of the mini rock melon, and I'll do 2 of the tiny top watermelon. I just read that these only need 1 meter of space. So I'm going to plant them in my L-shaped bed up in the back corner because I can do 1 on one side and 1 on the other. I'm actually going to put some fencing up and get them to grow up. Apparently these are fast growing, so they're ready in 75 days from sowing. I can probably put those in this smaller bed on this side over here if there's room. Let's do 2 of each. Apparently these are ideal for Australian conditions and they're early to mature, so I'm excited to see what these are like. So there's 15 seeds in this packet. Try and sow 1 seed each because there's only 15 in this packet. We'll see how well they germinate. And then watermelon tiny tot. This has only got 15 seeds in its packet as well. I'll just do 2 of these. Apparently they germinate in 6 to 10 days. I want to fill up these 2 here. I might do some basil actually. I tried to grow basil in the other lot a few weeks ago, but nothing really happened. They popped up but then they just died off. We'll see how they go this time. Mightn't have been warm enough. Sprinkle a few around and then I'll separate them out later. Quite a few in there. So this is sweet basil. So that's our August planting done. So we've got some sweet corn, we've got 12 corns. I'm going to leave that one for the tomatoes seeds that arrive this week. Some basil, capsicum, bell peppers, some mini rock melon, some tiny tot watermelon. Still got some celery from last month growing, some cabbage, and then I've got my cucumbers. I've got these little tomatoes growing already, some spring onions, lemongrass, and red cabbage. So I'm going to go and plant my cucumbers now. And I have these celery here that I have been growing from the stubs of the celery I bought at the organic markets over the last few weeks. So I've put these in some water and you can see that they've got some roots there now. Time for these to go in. I'm just using some mushroom compost to base the pots. I'm going to put some chicken manure in here so that they'll be well fed. I always keep that at the back of the yard because it's snowy. Oops, that's a bit much. I think that's more than enough chicken manure. A little bit of blood and bone. Some worm castings. I need too much of this. These will be well-fed cucumbers. Okay, I'm just going to top it up with another bag of mushroom compost. What are your favourite things to grow? What do you love growing in the garden? My favourite's potatoes. I'm super excited for harvesting potatoes next week. Okay, these are ready to go in. Just do the hole in the middle. so it's nice and compact. Put that label back in so I know what it is. And I'll put some sugarcane mulch on it once it's established. Give it a water. One's a bit dry. Press it down, cover it up. I'm not going to put sugarcane mulch on these today because it's still getting down to about 9, 10 at night for the next 2-3 nights. So I'm going to leave them uncovered over in that sunny position by the brick wall, and that way they can get the heat into them during the day, and hopefully that heat will stay around at night. If I put the mulch on, it's going to cool the soil down. I'll wait another week until it warms up a little bit more before I put some mulch on the top of these. But they are done. And hopefully they grow super fast because I need cucumbers. I'm going to build some structures for these 2 out of bamboo, stakes for them to grow up also. Just found some stakes in the back garden shed, so I might as well make these trellises now. I know the hours get... By the last one, I've learned how to tie them quickly and easily. Done. And I can add more as they grow higher. Cucumbers planted and trellised. Now I need to find somewhere in the garden to plant these. I literally just squeeze them in between the broccoli here. I'm running out of room, waiting for all these cool weather vegetables to be done. I need more garden beds. I need more space. There's a collie in here. He's slowly getting bigger. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for coming along and helping me plan my spring and summer garden. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.